Hello everyone and welcome to Curious Sapiens. If you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about a recent discovery that has caused a stir in the archaeologist community and also among casual Indian archaeologist fans. We are going to discuss about the recent discovery of iron forging of prehistoric time in Tamil Nadu in India. Archaeologists have discovered iron objects at 6 sites in Tamil Nadu, dating back to 2953 to 3345 BC, or between 5000 to 5400 years old. This suggests that the process of extracting, smelting, forging and shaping of iron to create tools, weapons and other objects may have developed independently in the Indian subcontinent. This discovery has put forward a new theory that Iron Age may have begun in India. Not only that, the Iron Age has begun more than 1000 years before than it was previously estimated, because till now present-day Turkey is one of the earliest known regions where iron was minted, extracted and forged on a significant scale around 1300 to 1200 BC. In this video, we are going to discuss about all the discoveries that was made and its implications. But first, I did not want to make this video by asking a clickbait question and after a long video just say that the archaeologists are not sure, they need more time and data. So I am going to answer the question right away. So the short answer is archaeologists are not sure, they need more time, data, information and discoveries. But if you stick around, we are going to discuss what was the discovery, what was the previous date and all that. So the 5 viewers who are going to stick around to the end of the video, here are all the discoveries that were made recently. But first, we must discuss how early iron forging was done. Early iron came in two forms, meteoric and smelted. Now I am going to briefly discuss these two processes. Meteoric iron was made from meteoric iron, which comes from fallen meteorites. The earliest known iron artifacts are 9 tubular beads dated to 3200 BCE from 2 burials in Garje in northern Egypt. These beads were made from meteoric iron and shaped by carefully hammering the metal into thin sheets before rolling them into tubes. The iron beads were strung into a necklace together with other exotic minerals such as gold, revealing the status of meteoric iron as a special material on par with precious metal and gemstones. But smelted iron extracted from ore marked the true beginning of iron technology with mass production. Identifying iron-bearing rocks is the first challenge. Once located, these ores must be smelted in a furnace at extremely high temperature to extract the metal. Without this process, raw iron remains locked within the rock. After extraction, skilled ironsmiths shaped the metal into tools and implements and marking a crucial step in early iron work. The ancient iron smelting was done by using bloomer method. In the next section, I am going to briefly discuss how bloomering works. Ancient iron workers used furnace called bloomeries, where they placed iron ore and charcoal. Using charcoal as a fuel was burned in the furnace, but charcoal also acts as a reducing agent. The carbon monoxide produced by the burning charcoal reacts with the iron oxide in the ore, reducing them to metallic iron. However, the iron did not melt completely in these primitive furnaces, but instead it formed a spongy mass of metal and slag and or impurities, which is called bloom. The bloom was then repeatedly heated and hammered to squeeze out the slag and create wrought iron. Wrought iron is in layman's term a malleable but relatively soft alloy. Iron workers later discovered that if they heat the wrought iron in a bed of charcoal and then quench it, they could create steel, a harder alloy. Quenching is a process where you heat a metal to a high temperature and then rapidly cooling it with water, oil, air or brine. Brine is a water-based solution with a high concentration of salt. So, from all the above rant, you can understand that only finding iron objects do not mean it is an iron technology. Okay, I went down a rabbit hole there. I am back now. So next we will discuss about the discoveries in Tamil Nadu. Also, I want to apologize in advance as I am about to butcher all the pronunciations of the names. So the story started about 13 years ago in a quiet village of Sivagalai in Tamil Nadu, when a history teacher of Sri Kumara Gurubara Swamigal Higher Secondary School in Srivikuntam went on a morning walk and stumbled upon the fragments of an ancient past. The teacher's name I could not find anywhere on the internet regrettably. The teacher, with an insatiable curiosity, started collecting pottery, iron tools and stone objects from the site. But he might not have known that his discovery would one day place his village on the global archaeological map, and he found the site on his morning walk. So now I understand why people go to morning walk. Anyway, despite his many attempts, initially it failed to attract any attention of archaeologists and historians for many years. Sivagalai, located in Thotukundi district, had been overshadowed by more prominent archaeological sites nearby, such as Adi Sananur site, just 10 kilometers away from Sivagalai. As Sivagalai remained largely unexamined, the teacher took it upon himself to collect artifacts and catalog them carefully. Unable to store the artifacts in his home, he founded the Sivagalai Archaeological Protection Forum at his school. His goal was to display the artifact and raise awareness among the students. Although the media took some interest in his discovery in 2018, the news about the artifact began to spread and visitors to the site began to increase. Despite all of this, there was a lack of formal recognition from the authorities. Unable to secure an official archaeological survey, he teamed up with a writer named Thalankurishi Kamarasu and embarked on a legal battle. All his persistence finally paid off in 2018 when he became a member of the district level textbook correction committee. This position gave him an opportunity to meet a senior IAS officer named Tiri Udayasandran, who asked him to provide more details and assured him that officials would visit the site. Within days, officials did visit the site and conducted initial survey. After the results of the survey were promising, both the Tamil Nadu government and the Archaeological Survey of India started conducting excavation in 3 phases between 2019 and 2022. Over the course of extraction, 161 urns were uncovered along with 85 iron objects including knives, arrowhead, scissors, axes and sword. The most significant findings are charcoal from urn number 1 and urn number 10, which were sent to Beta Analytics Laboratory in the United States. The radioactive dating using the AMS-14C method found the dates as early as 3345 BC to 3259 BC. But 2 ceramic samples from urn number 5 were dated to 1836 BC and 2450 BC. Although it has to be said that paddy sample from Sivagalai from urn number 3 of an intact burial containing iron objects returned dating of 1155 BC and 1248 BC. But first, For context, the most extensive and concluding evidence of iron technology in India is from Uttar Pradesh, which includes furnace, slag, and radiocarbon dating of artifacts from this site puts the date somewhere between 1100 BC to 1800 BC. Another recent discovery in La Tramparai could also be oldest iron age sites in India, which puts the date at 2172 BC. Previously known extensive and exclusive early iron age sites in southern India are Halur in Karnataka and Adisalanur in Tamil Nadu at around 1000 BC. But Sivagalai discovery has pushed the date even further back from Mailadumparai's 2172 BC. But as it is mentioned earlier, there are multiple dates that have come from Sivagalai. Although it has to be said, dates are just one aspect of the archaeological investigation. Early dates without proper context serve no purpose. It is the archaeological context when combined with dates and other scientific evidence that presents a complete picture of the past. But still, recent discoveries from Tamil Nadu marks a significant shift towards the question of the Iron Age in India. It has raised many interesting questions and it will surely provide with amazing answers. The majority of sites now date to 3rd millennium BC, which obviously needs more research. These dates, if could be collaborated with other scientific evidence, are mostly around 2500 BC, corresponding to iron artifacts discovered at various archaeological sites in Tamil Nadu. Historian Osman Paparazzi of the Paris-based French National Center for Scientific Research highlights a key discovery: an iron sword from a burial site made of ultra-high carbon steel and dating to 1300 to 1500 BC. This advanced steel, a direct evolution of Iron Age metallurgy, required sophisticated knowledge and precise high-temperature process. Also, in a site called Kodumanan, excavator found a furnace pointing to an advanced iron-making community. The furnace area stood out with its white discoloration, likely from extreme heat. Nearby excavators found iron slag, some of it fused to the furnace wall, hinting at advanced metalworking techniques. Clearly, the people at the site were not just using iron, but actively producing and processing it. These discoveries, which correct context, suggest that a contemporary Iron Age civilization existed in southern India at the same time as the Indus Valley civilization in northern and northwestern India. Indus Valley civilization flourished around 3300 BC to 1300 BC. Therefore, if Iron Age dates from all the above mentioned sites are correct, if Iron Age really existed from 3345 BC or 2450 BC or even 2172 BC, it will still mean that when Indus Valley civilization was in Bronze Age, these sites were in Iron Age. By the way, to clarify one thing, there is no question that these sites are from Iron Age. The question is the exact date of the start of their Iron Age. But it could be a turning point in Indian archaeology, establishing the earliest known antiquity of iron technology in India and also worldwide. Because earlier, people of the Hittite Empire in today's Turkey were believed to be the first to use iron object in 1380 BC. Also, some other burning questions like how were these iron artifacts spread or traded to other contemporary sites? What was the relationship between Iron Age and Bronze Age cultures. Most importantly, since the sites have yielded a very broad bucket in terms of dates spanning over thousands of years, did the culture remain the same? Also, how do we place the cultural evolution of Iron Age along with associated material remains? Since at Sivagalai, the burial sites have yielded dates which span 2000 years. What are the changes observed in burial practices? Material remains, as no culture would remain static materially for 2000 years. These questions will take time to answer, but further investigation will likely provide important answers. For now, it is clear that history isn't a linear progression. The traditional three-age system, stone, bronze, and iron, might not be the right lens for understanding a vast subcontinent's past. As evidence mounts, our history is becoming more complex, intertwined, and not a simple progression of three ages. The story of the Iron Age in India might be much older and richer. Thank you for the two of you who made it to the end of the video. Now you can impress your friends in a party with all this information if you go to any parties or has any friends. Bye now. See you in the next video. Oh, also like, share and subscribe.